It's kind of a cold day here in Georgia. Uh, High temperatures are supposed to be around 45, so it's a little bit too cold to let the tortoises out. But I did kind of want to go over, do a little tour of the tortoise yard right now because it's kind of hard to come up with video ideas here in the middle of the dead of winter here. So I just thought today I'd take a little bit of time to show you around the tortoise yard and kind of tell you how I have it set up and how I have the tortoises contained here. So let's take a second here to go around and let me show you around. This is some zebra grass, just an ornamental grass that I planted for them to give a little visual appeal to the yard, as well as give them sight barriers that they sometimes will hide behind. This is still a young grass, maybe 2 years old or so, but that's kind of as big as it's going to get. We'll be getting close to time here, maybe in another month, to trim all my grasses back and let them have a fresh start come the springtime. But this is a very beautiful grass. I love the zebra grass. When I ever start up my other enclosures, I definitely want to have some more of this planted. This is one of my little concrete statue tortoises. This is my favorite grass, called pink muley grass. As the same as with the zebra grass, it's a ornamental grass, but it has these beautiful pink tufts, similar to a pampas grass, but instead of being white like pampas grass, it's a beautiful, beautiful pink color. It's also an ornamental grass, and it nor the zebra grass seem to be liked by the tortoises, so they leave it alone and don't ever try and eat it. But it's also more just to beautify the yard, as well as they will hide behind it some, and just to have a sight barriers. Okay, sometimes my males will be aggressive towards each other or towards the females when it gets breeding season. So it just gives a little sight barrier for the tortoises. Next is a little small knockout rose I planted last year, just to have some blooms. The tortoises will eat on this some, but not much. They really like the little blooms that fall off of them when they are blooming, and then the blooms fall. They do like the blooms on here, and so far I have not had any trouble with them eating it. And the blooms, from everything I read on the web, is safe for them to eat, and they have not had any issues eating them. Next is another one of my favorites here, is a black knight butterfly bush. Everything on the web says that it's okay to have in your tortoise enclosure, but it's not okay for them to eat a lot of it. So I try and keep it trimmed to where they can't get a whole lot of it, and they really leave it alone for the most part. I never had any trouble with them trying to eat on it. But like I said, the web does say that it doesn't need to have a lot of this. So I just keep one in their little pen here, just for the looks. I love why the black knight butterfly bush is pretty. When it gets springtime and everything is growing back green again, I'm going to do another video showing what it looks like in the spring and summertime when it's blooming. Everything's blooming. Another pink muley grass. I have two in this enclosure because I love it so much. And then over here is some canna lilies that they actually do eat. and I'm probably going to dig it up this spring and transplant it, because they're not doing good with the tortoises eating it. And what's in the middle of the fence here, they're not messing with, but anytime it kind of spreads out, they're eating on it, and they try and mow over the fence to get to it too. So this year I'll be transplanting it. Now to go over the enclosure here. That's the water hose. I was just cleaning out their waters before we had to freeze last couple of days. But the pen is roughly 50 by 50. And it has this chain link fence around it. And I went every little while, I don't know if you can see it or not, but every about 10 inches or so, 10 inches to a foot, I got some rebar going down about 1.5 feet down to try and help prevent them from tunneling out and escaping. And then I'm in the process of getting more of these cross ties just to line the bottom to help keep them from pushing out, and also to add a little bit of a sight barrier. Now I know you want to say that sometimes some of the bigger tortoises can see over it, and while that is true, it's big enough pen that so far I don't have too much trouble with them trying to bounce, push their way out or pacing. They have enough room that they pretty much stay in the middle of the yard for the most part, grazing and all that good stuff. I use these 55-gallon drums. I cut in half to use them, let them hide under. And so far, that's kind of, they prefer to go into it more than they do trying to dig a burrow. So this has been working to kind of as a digging deterrent, just giving them this, and they prefer something easy. Now when it gets real hot, they will burrow, start digging. For probably 80% of the year, I don't have to worry too much with them digging. I just use these. Now as they get bigger, I'll have to probably get some, I don't know, probably culvert pipe or something like that to let them hide under. But yeah, they've been in this enclosure for probably 2.5, 3 years since I started this enclosure for them, and they've loved it. It gets a good bit of sun during the daytime. But I have the shed here. The shed, you can see the shed there. And then also I have this little lean-to here that they get up under for some shade. And so that gives them a little escape from the heat. And also I keep them some two water heater pans right now that I have for them for water. I'm about to try and clean those out here in a second, and get them ready for when it finally warms up and they are able to come back out. I'll get all that ready for them. But I use that for them right now. And eventually I want to make a concrete pond out here that they can get in and get a proper soak, and just be a lot easier, more water space for them to drink and soak in. So that's my plan with it. Hopefully maybe just coming up summer I'll be able to do that. But yeah, there's just a little quick little peek at the yard here. There's another one of my little barrels that they use to hide under. Hope y'all enjoyed that little tour of the tortoise yard. Like I said, it's kind of hard to film anything too much when it's so cold for the tortoises to even come out. But I thought I'd make this little video, just a little quick, showing you how I have them set up here. And like I said, you probably see the episode before this. where I talked about their heated shed, and I thought I'd go over the outside of the yard just a little bit. Even though the tortoises aren't out, you still get a little idea how I have my yard set up, and it might give you an idea how you could do yours. Like I said, I use the rebar to go down about 1.5 feet or so to keep them from being able to tunnel out, because they can do that real quick. And I saw a lot of people lose their sulcatas, and you'll see them lost sulcata tortoises all the time, where they dig out from under the enclosure and stuff. So that's why I get the rebar down, and that's my idea of how the way I can keep them from escaping. Anyway, if you have any better ideas, you can certainly leave those down in the comments. And I'd love to see some know how you have your tortoises outside. I like to create a community here to where we can share ideas on just get ideas from each other, basically. So yeah, if you like this video here, please subscribe and leave a comment down below of how you have your set up, or whatever other tips you might have for keeping tortoises, so we can all learn. And I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.